C'est sympa de voir les gens et de parler avec eux de nos produits et puis d'avoir leur retour sur les choses.
Experience of life a little bit. You need to see it like that it will teach you so many things about yourself, and that it brings you a lot of things to learn, that it will be tough. But if you see tough as a good way of growing, then it's interesting.
You see, this one is controlling these two tiny greenhouses, or labs, as we call them, but this one will control any type of greenhouse.
And it's learning how much acid it needs to pump into the water to achieve the correct pH. And we do this, for example, also for the nutrients, for temperature, air, humidity. So we always use this kind of controllers. Obviously, once again, if you had another system already installed, for example, a fertigation machine that already does this, you would need to use our controllers. You could just use the controllers inside the fertigation machine, and the Cool Farm would just send the pH and the EC values to the fertigation machine. The goal is that when you log in, you can see all your greenhouses at a glance, or farms or warehouses, and see what's happening. This is very important for us because Cool Farm is doing machine learning on the cloud of how the plants are growing, so it's literally learning how your plants are growing.
Whereas I have so many kind of different plants, and the EC and the pH are like this, woo, and the plants, they take what they need and they share with the other and they help each other, and it's just a new ecosystem. Like in nature, you don't see this kind of tree and then this kind of tree, just the plants, they need each other and they send them signals and things that we can't see. And it works so well to put different kind of plants next to each other.
So marketing about the general concept of waste conversion with insects. We need to convince lawmakers about the concept. I need to convince investors that this is a very good idea and a very good business for them to put their money in. It's more us trying to find the guys who are willing to do the innovation effort with us.
My idea about all these control and rules and stuff is that we want to have an organic label because it also creates community among farmers. You can say we are organic. Actually, we don't need this label because we have our customers coming to our field every week, and they are our peers that control us. They can say, oh, Ronnie and Benny, this thing you do, I don't really like it.
So here we build the hydroponic system. And just like the twin here, we'll be having the aquaponic system. Then we'll have all the fish tank on the north span of the greenhouse, just so that they don't get too warm. Here they are, the fish tanks. We've got 10 here, we'll have like 8 or 9 of them so in the greenhouse. And here we're in the mushroom part. So on this whole area, up to here. So just we'll be isolating the greenhouse all the way. And we'll be growing the mushroom in rows here on coffee ground.
And why did you guys choose to, get more involved in the growing side?
Because consultants were hired for specific tasks, and so what that means is we were hired for growing, managing pest outbreaks, dealing with some of the cultivation strategies around nutrient mixes and which crops to select. But that isn't really enough. Urban farms require a lot of different work, and we had to overcome some of the challenges around sales and distribution. So we thought it'd be most effective if we took over the operation and handled a little bit more closely what Sky is involved in throughout.
This is actually summer squash, and the reason is that squash blossoms are now a big commodity, but they're not sold all year round. They're sold only when it's like earlier end of squash season and they have leftover blossoms, and they're really good if you take them and you stuff them with anchovies and cheese and you deep fry them, or like on a salad, and they have this like light taste of squash or zucchini without that like strong flavor.
Within the flowers? In
the flowers, you just get the whole flower.
You need to understand fish biology, you need to understand water chemistry, you need to understand plant physiology, you need to understand how to maintain an ecological system. It's a specialized industry, it's a specialized skill set. Build all of our filtration, lighting systems, grow systems in-house. We customize them to our needs as a farm. This facility, which is again 480 square feet, a tiny farm. So we're basically sold out of those products on a weekly basis.
And so if you think about it, it's a lot of yield. These mushrooms sell down the street for about $18 a pound. It's a lot of yield and it can be very lucrative.
Our mission is actually to make local food more available to everybody rather than pricing it at the premium that we could, fresh as you could possibly get, because it's like literally right there.